Good morning, everyone. My name is Devin Alley, and I am a member of the board here at Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church. On behalf of the board and the program council, it is my honor to welcome you here this morning. As we enter this space today, know that you are surrounded by the love of this community where all are welcome. Whoever you are, wherever you are from, and wherever you are on your journey, you are welcome here. If this is your first time here or your 101st time, if you are here in the building or watching online, you are welcome here. Let's take a moment to wave at our online audience to welcome them here. All right. If you would like more information on our church, please fill out the visitor card in the pocket in front of you or visit the website, TVUUC.org, and select Stay in Touch. If you are interested in religious exploration classes for your children or adult RE for yourself here at TVUUC, please visit the RE hallway after the service. It's through the double doors, past the kitchen, and you can speak with an RE leader there. There's also more information on our website, and there's also an RE welcome table in the gallery that you may visit to find out more information. If you need any accessibility aids during the service, such as a large print hymnal, hearing device, or noise-canceling headphones, those can be found on a cart near the welcome table in the lobby. Our ushers will be glad to show you the way or collect one for you if you need it. If you are visiting us with small children, we invite you to sit up front, where it is easier for little ones to see what's going on. Please do not feel that you have to keep them still. All are welcome here, and we understand that silence is never completely silent. You should also feel free to change seats at any time during the service if you feel the need to move closer or even just stretch your legs. If you or your children need to step out of the sanctuary for a moment, the E.E. Cummings room is a glass-enclosed room in the back of the sanctuary where you can still see and hear the service. So it is right over there to my left in the back. We have a few announcements this morning. Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi invites parents, caregivers, and faith leaders to a free 90-minute interactive workshop today at 1:30 p.m. on how to be an askable adult, Faith and Family Edition. For this month's forum next Sunday, we will have Britt Hartley joining us, leading a Q&A about her book, No Nonsense Spirituality, All the Tools, No Belief Required. Childcare will be available. The conversation starts at 1. Also, TVUUC's 2025 Let the Sunshine In auction will reopen today for unsold items. So definitely hop on and get something additional that you did not know you needed. After the service, please join us for coffee and conversation in the fellowship hall. If you are visiting, would like a tour of the building, or have any questions about our church, look for me, and I'll be glad to chat and show you around. If you have any questions about the path to membership, I'll be happy to introduce you to our prospective member coordinator, Mark Mahandro. And now, if you have not already done so, please silence any electronic devices as we enter worship together.
Today, on Miracle Sunday, we remember that miracles don't have to be supernatural interventions by a deity breaking the laws of physics. Miracles occur when human hearts muster the courage to give beyond what they believe possible, to alleviate suffering and spread joy and peace. We dedicate this performance of John Stevens' benediction to the memory of D-Day, and to all those who gave their lives resisting fascism. Stevens' music, with its spirit of peace and reflection, reminds us that true courage is found not only on the battlefield, but also in the daily choices we make to bless others. May this benediction be both a remembrance of sacrifice and a call to generosity, inspiring us to carry forward the work of peace, justice, and compassion.
Our opening words were written by Tanya Marquez. It is a wonder and mystery that our paths have crossed, that in the immensity of time and the vastness of space we coincide here. I am in awe at the ways in which our lives intersect and are intertwined, at the beauty we create when we gather. May our coming together make us more compassionate, more just, more loving, and more caring. May our hearts and minds be open to this offering. I am so glad you are here. Let us worship. Let us marvel at the miracle of being here right now and the mystery that has brought us together. Come, let us worship together. is our great covenant. Our opening hymn is I Want to Sing with All of My Body. And it's an insert in your order of service.
Sing with all of my body. I want to sing with all of my body, all of my body and soul. I want to rest with all of my body. I want to rest with all of my body. I want to rest with all of my body, all of my body and soul. I want to pray with all of my body. I want to pray with all of my body and soul. I want to work with all of my body. I want to work with all of my body. I want to peace with all of my body, all of my body and soul. With all of my body, I want to work with all of my body. I want to work with all of my body and soul. I want to love with all of my body. I want to love with all of my body. I want to love with all of my body and soul.
It is good to be gathered in all the ways that we gather together here in this space and watching from other spaces. It feels good to be together on Sundays. And I have a story to share with you today that is adapted from one written by Michelle Edwards, and it begins with a kid named Sophia. Sophia had a next-door neighbor. How many of us have next-door neighbors? Sophia's next-door neighbor was Mrs. Goldman. And when Sophia was a tiny, tiny baby, Mrs. Goldman knit her a tiny, tiny hat to keep her head warm. But now Sophia was a lot bigger than that, and she spent a lot of time with Mrs. Goldman, and Mrs. Goldman had continued to make her hats. And in fact, she made hats for everybody, and mittens and sweaters. She made little hats and big hats, and she made things for all the folks in the community. And Sophia spent a lot of time with Mrs. Goldman, and they liked to go for walks together with Mrs. Goldman's little dog named Fifi. And it was the winter time, and so they were taking a walk outside, and the wind was blowing. Can we be the wind? And it felt kind of icy. Does anybody ever get really cold when there's an icy wind blowing? And Mrs. Goldman's hair blew all around, and her ears were turning pink, and Sophia looked at her and said, "Mrs. Goldman, where's your hat?" And Mrs. Goldman said, "Oh, I gave it to Mrs. Chen." Now, Sophia was wearing her hat, and Fifi was wearing her dinosaur sweater that Mrs. Goldman had knit, and Sophia was also wearing mittens that matched her kitten hat, but not Mrs. Goldman. And Sophia began to worry. She said, "Mrs. Goldman's head must be getting really cold. I wonder who will make Mrs. Goldman a hat." Definitely not Mrs. Goldman, because she's so busy making hats for all the other people. Now, last year, Mrs. Goldman had taught Sophia how to knit. But Sophia decided that knitting was really, really hard. Have any of us ever tried to do something and it was really hard? But what Sophia did do was learn how to make the pom-poms that Mrs. Goldman put on the top of all the hats she made. And so Sophia became the pom-pom maker. And she decided, knitting is too hard, I'll just make the pom-poms. So they spent a lot of time together knitting. But now Sophia remembered that when she had learned, she had been given a knitting kit from Mrs. Goldman. So she decided,
I'm going to be the one to make a hat for Mrs. Goldman. So she went and got out her knitting kit, and she went to find her yarn, and she even found the hat that they had started together when she had started learning. And all the stitches were nice and even. So Sophia began to knit. Well, the stitches were not so nice and even after a while. It was really hard, but she kept on working. And the next day, they went for a walk again, and again, the icy wind blew. Let's be the icy wind. And today, Mrs. Goldman's ears were all the way red. Have you ever had really cold ears? And Sophia worried more and more. So when she went home, she knit that day. She knit after lunch. She knit after dinner. She was even knitting when her mama was reading her a bedtime story that night, and for days and days, all she did anytime she could was knit, except when she was with Mrs. Goldman, because the hat was going to be a surprise. And finally, the hat was finished. Sort of. It was lumpy and bumpy, and it had some holes where there weren't supposed to be holes, and Sophia held it up and looked at it, and she said, "It looks kind of like a monster's face. I shouldn't give Mrs. Goldman a hat that looks like a monster and would scare Fifi." And then she remembered when she and Mrs. Goldman had been making hats together, and Mrs. Goldman said, "Your pom-poms make every hat more beautiful, and that's a mitzvah. A mitzvah is a good deed." So then Sophia had an idea. She went looking for her red yarn because Mrs. Goldman loved the color red. Is there anybody here who really likes the color red? And she got to work. She worked and worked and worked and worked for the longest time, and finally, the hat was ready. Sophia ran next door to Mrs. Goldman's and knocked on the door, and Mrs. Goldman opened her door, and Sophia held it out to her and said, "This is a hat, it's for you." And Mrs. Goldman said, "Of course it is a hat." And she took it, and she smiled, and then she began to cry. And Sophia said, "Oh no, don't you like it? I know I'm not very good at making hats." Mrs. Goldman said, "No, I love it. A special hat just for me, and my goodness, how many pom-poms are on this hat?" And they began to count. 1, 2, 3. There were 20 pom-poms on that hat, all around it. And Mrs. Goldman said, "How did you know I would love this so much? They look like roses, and I love roses." And so from then on, when they took a walk together in the winter, Sophia wore her Mrs. Goldman hat, and Fifi wore her dinosaur sweater, and Mrs. Goldman wore her Sophia hat. And that was a mitzvah. And that is our story for this morning. Thank you all. And now those who are heading to our religious exploration spaces, we will sing you out with our recessional. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Any grown-ups need a wiggle break? All the kids just got a wiggle break. So if you need one, go for it. Our reading this morning is by Gwen Matthews, and it's called "You Are the Holiday Miracle." As December opens up before us, we welcome in the gift of reflection. We turn towards our holiday celebrations and search for common threads of meaning. We begin with Yule, the winter solstice, and we are invited to explore duality, cycles, and seasons, and to witness the holly king being overcome by the oak king. Yule reminds us that we all partake in the miracle of renewal. Hanukkah, the festival of lights, commemorates a time of miracles when the faith of the Jewish people sustained them to reclaim their holy temple and keep the light of the menorah burning for 8 days. Christmas, the celebration of Jesus' humble birth in a manger, offers us to revisit the miracle of birth and the desire to find saviors to heal the scars of humanity. Here in our church, you are just as much a holiday miracle as the turning of the earth, as persistence and dedication to a faith, as the creation of each new life. We see the love you give to others, the space you create to hold one another's joys and sorrows and holy declarations, and the generosity and spirit you entrust to this community. You are the holiday miracle. This community is one of miracle makers. And our prayer this morning is a meditation on miracles. I invite you to get comfortable, close your eyes if you want to. I believe in miracles, maybe not in loaves and fishes, but perhaps in the same $25 passed around a circle of friends, feeding dozens over time. I believe in miracles, maybe not God, but the gift of liberation. I believe in miracles, maybe not pure joy, but the miracle of grief unburdened by regret. I believe in miracles, maybe not angels in white robes coming down from the heavens, but teachers in well-loved cardigans sharing the language of poetry with children for the very first time. I believe in miracles, maybe not illnesses healed or kings surrendered, but families repaired and addictions conquered. I believe in miracles, the way I believe a paycheck can stretch like Hanukkah oil, how just like Mom used to make, never tastes like pinched pennies, only love. I believe in miracles, not darkness conquered, but the womb revisited. I believe in miracles, perhaps not the act of creation, but more like the experience of it all. The miracle of a spectacular sunrise, the miracle of a funeral sprinkled with laughter. I believe in miracles, perhaps not in resurrection, but of course I believe in springtime. I know which plants are just resting and who has already gone home. Spirit of life and love, may we offer our humble, if not sometimes begrudging, gratitude for the miracle of moments taken for granted, for minutes that feel like hours, for the miracle of mountain tops and coral reefs, the miracle of survival and the miracle of resistance. We offer our awestruck, gobsmacked, jaw-dropping wonder for the miracle of every single child. The miracle of a worldwide birthday party in honor of a Palestinian child martyred thousands of years ago. The miracle of vulnerable individuals kept safe by their communities for all recorded time. May we hold space for defying gravity and the miracle of music, simple pleasures, pretty lights, the whimsical and wonderful ways we human beings strive to make magic, even and especially in the coldest times. May we offer a wholehearted amen of affirmation for the miracle of store-bought serotonin and legally dispensed dopamine, the miracle of mental health care, the miracle of call to service, and of those who answer the call. I believe in miracles, absolutely, the everyday kind, the ones you can't help but notice once you start noticing. Thank you, God, for the miracle of noticing. Thank you, Goddess, for the miracle of being known.
As someone still new to this community, I have been deeply moved by the generosity and passion I have witnessed among the people of TVUUC. It is clear that this congregation, does not just care for one another within these walls, but extends that care outward to Knoxville, to the wider region, and to the world. The spirit of love and justice here is not abstract. It shows up in the way members support each other, advocate for equity, and work tirelessly to build a more compassionate society. Being welcomed into this community has reminded me how powerful it is when people come together with shared values and a commitment to making a difference. As we enter the season of giving, we invite you to include TVUUC in your holiday generosity. Your gifts help us finish 2025 strong and ensure that our mission continues, transforming the world through acts of love and justice. Every contribution sustains the miracles of community, compassion, and hope that we create together and that our world so urgently needs. By supporting TVUUC, you are not only nurturing this congregation, but also helping to spread its light far beyond, carrying forward the work of justice and love into the year ahead.
My extended family includes Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian, Unitarian Universalist, and more. And so at family gatherings, I have many opportunities for interfaith dialogue. I was talking with my brother, who's an Episcopal priest, And he said something to me kind of in the spirit of confession. He said, you know, I prayed for miracles. I have prayed for many miracles in my life, but I have never prayed for the resurrection of the dead. And then he pointed at me and said, but when I die, you have my permission to do so. And I said I would be happy to do that, provided I was able to preface the prayer by saying, if this works, no one will be more surprised than me. This is a season that is full of miracle stories, stories of miraculous happenings. The historical and mythological stories of Yule, winter solstice, Hanukkah, and Christmas. In the Unitarian Universalist Church, we don't always know what to do with miracle stories. Thomas Jefferson, a self-described Unitarian, once edited his own Bible to focus on the morals and the ethics of Jesus, and so all the miracle stories didn't even make the cut. They were on the cutting room floor. But then again, Albert Einstein once said, there are only two ways to live your life. You can live your life as if there is no such thing as miracles, or you can live your life as if everything is a miracle. And I've always leaned into that idea of everything is a miracle. During the season of the winter solstice, we find the miraculous in the ordinary as we track our planet's journey around the sun. We stop for a moment to observe the longest night of the year and reflect on the gradual returning of the light. A miracle story. Now, I'm going to tell you a story that at first is going to seem like a detour from our topic, but stick with me and you'll be glad you did. We sang earlier about singing with all of our body. In the Unitarian Universalist Church, we believe in comprehensive sexuality education. We're doing hosting a workshop with Planned Parenthood today. We believe in comprehensive sexuality education for our children and youth, and that involves learning the accurate names of the different parts of the human body. Now, we're not the only ones to do this. Author Mary Catherine Backstrom goes to a more conservative church, or did, but she also believed in teaching her kids the accurate names for every part of the body. But she took her kids to a more conservative church where they could attend the Sunday school, and one day her daughter caused kind of a kerfuffle in the Sunday school class because and the Sunday school teacher approached her afterwards and said, you know, today I asked, where did Jesus come from? And your daughter cried out, from Mary's vagina, which is an accurate answer to the question. It's an accurate answer. I think even the most conservative theologian would have to concede the girl is right. It's true. And in the Unitarian Universalist Church, that answer would not cause controversy or should not cause controversy. It's just good anatomy. Now, there is something miraculous about the human body, even as it is one of the most natural things in the world. This mixture of the miraculous and the natural is captured in a poem by Caitlin Hardy Shetler, a poem she wrote during the season of Advent, a time where we anticipate the arrival of Christmas Day. She wrote, sometimes I wonder if Mary breastfed Jesus, if she cried out when he bit her, or if she sobbed when he would not latch. And sometimes I wonder if this is all too vulgar to ask in a church full of men without milk stains on their shirts or coconut oil on their breasts, preaching from pulpits that are off limits to the Mother of God. But then I think of feeding Jesus, birthing Jesus, the expulsion of blood, the smell of sweat, the salt of a mother's tears onto the soft head of the salt of the earth, feeling lonely and tired, hungry, annoyed, overwhelmed, and loving. And I think if the vulgarity of birth is not honestly preached by men who carry power but not burden, who carry privilege but not labor, who carry authority but not submission, then it should not be preached at all. Because the real scandal of the birth of God lies in the cracked nipples of a 14-year-old and not in the sermons of ministers who say women are too delicate to lead. Well, never let it be said I've ever asserted that women are too delicate to lead or to write kick-ass poetry. I agree with the words found in the book of Joel. This whole religious tradition is founded on these ideas in the book of Joel, echoed in Acts. I have poured out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters will prophesy. We need prophetic voices to remind us of the miraculous in nature. As Sophia Foz once said, every night a child is born is a holy night. Every child is a miracle. Not that our state legislature realizes this. There is currently a proposed bill to kick some children out of public schools based on their immigration status. And for this reason, many of us turned out at Knox County School Board meetings this week with the message that public schools are for all children, asking our school board to be a leader in stopping this horrible bill. There were Baptists and Methodists and Catholics and Unitarian Universalists, people of all faiths and beliefs, rallying together to protect our children, and we won. In a bipartisan vote, the school board sent this message to our legislature. The board affirms the Tennessee Constitution and Supreme Court rulings guarantee a free public education for all children in Tennessee and opposes any measure that excludes or seeks to exclude any child from our schools. Good job, school board. And now it's our job to contact our state legislature, know and support the voice of our school board in our state legislature, because every night someone helps a child with their homework is a holy night. And this leads to another perspective on miracles. Henry David Thoreau once wrote this idea about the miraculous. He said, "Though I do not believe a plant will spring up where no seed has been, I have great faith in a seed. Convince me that you have a seed there, and I am prepared to expect wonders." So sometimes the miraculous lies dormant in a seed until activated. Which reminds me of a story of a preacher, which also may seem like a detour from the subject, but stick with me. Once there was a young preacher who had an older preacher as a mentor, and he said to the older minister, "I've decided I'm going to leave my small church and I'm going to go to a bigger church with a bigger salary." And the older minister said, "You can't do that. You can't leave your church and go to another church. I've served 20 churches in my career, and I stayed with all of them until they died." Well, one of the pleasures of serving the Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church is to see how alive and vital the work of this church is in witnessing our nursery full of babies. seeing our teens organize a dance for all ages in this room, our choir, our brass ensemble, and our church band filling our sanctuary with music, our activists feeding the hungry, providing shelter to the homeless, and keeping our elected leaders accountable through social action. In an age when many churches are dying, TVUUC is alive and well, and so when it comes to our church, we don't have to pray for the resurrection of the dead. During Hanukkah, we remember the Hanukkah miracle, when the Jewish people were able to reclaim the temple from invaders who had conquered the country. They reclaimed the temple. There was only enough oil in the lamp to last for one day, and yet that oil lasted for 8 days. A Hanukkah miracle. Well, similarly, this church has HVAC units on our roof that have lasted over 30 years. Our own Hanukkah miracle. But I do ask you to include the church in your holiday giving, over and above your pledge if possible, so we can keep those miracles coming through generosity. Like all of you, like all of us, we as a church have been impacted by the cost of living crisis. Our building insurance rose 30%. Our health insurance rose by 20%. And we want to keep the church focused on its mission. We don't want to spend all our time talking about HVAC units or insurance or all those complexities. We want to focus on feeding the hungry. We want to focus on social justice. We want to focus on our mission to transform the world through lives and through acts of love and justice. So I invite you to include our church in our holiday giving so we can stay focused on our mission. So here is my last thought. We are all mortal. As Shakespeare once said, all that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity. And so, when I die, I have no expectation that anyone in this room will pray for the resurrection of the dead. But if you do, and if it works, no one will be more surprised than me. Instead, when I die, I take comfort in knowing that somewhere else on earth, a child is born. An expulsion of blood, the smell of sweat, the salt of a mother's tears, a child breastfed by a mother with milk stains on her shirt, cracked nipples, and coconut oil on her breasts, feeling lonely and tired, hungry, annoyed, overwhelmed, and most of all, loving. Love is the spirit of this church. Every night a child is born is a holy night. May the miracles keep coming. I invite you to join. In our next hymn, you can remain seated. It's a hymn called Becoming.
I am what I just begun. You are who you're becoming. You are all you have done. You are what you are dreaming. You've only just begun. We are who we're becoming. We are all we have done. We are what we are dreaming. We've only just begun. We are who we're becoming. We are all we have done. We are what we are dreaming. We've only just begun. We are who we're becoming. We are all we have done. We are what we are dreaming. We've only just begun.
Each week, we set aside time in our worship to share joys and concerns that connect us as a community. I'm John Coffey, a member of the spiritual care team here at Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church. If you would like personal support, the pastoral care team is always open through the pastoral care line for calls or texts. The number is listed in your order of service and in our weekly newsletter. This week, we hold in our hearts Barbara Lamb, who is recovering slowly from a nasty fall that resulted in 3 broken ribs and an emergency room visit. She's reportedly in a lot of pain and unable to be at church as she usually is, but even while recovering, she very much appreciates everyone who has rushed to take care of the food pantry ministry in her absence. We note with joy that she continues to work behind the scenes, ordering items for the pantry, and we appreciate the creative energy and compassion that she has devoted to this community. We extend our love and support to Matthew Blondell. Matthew has shared that he is with his mother, who has been battling cancer for the past several months. Matthew is giving great care and loving comfort along with his other family members. We send our support and hold him and his family in the light as they accompany his mother through her last days. Our longtime friend, Marion Von Beck, shares that she recently had a fall along with some other health issues. She's feeling some relief while currently being cared for in rehab at Life Care Center in Louisville, and she would very much like to have visitors. We celebrate with Don Dougal, who is celebrating a major milestone birthday of 95. So we wish him a happy birthday. We also celebrate with Fred Schulthes, one of our talented house band guitarists, as he and his Knoxville band, the Knox Boombox, were featured in the December publication of Neighbors of North Shore. So congratulations to Fred and his cohorts, all of whom come together for strong musical backgrounds and bring great music to the stage. A few months ago, we reported on Angelina Carpenter, who was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia. She is pleased to announce this week that she has learned she has a bone marrow donor, so we celebrate with her. And finally, we send healing thoughts to Jeff Kovac, who is recovering well after open heart surgery this week. He and his family welcome messages and cards, but would like to hold off on visitors, and we wish him well as he continues to recover. With these joys and concerns on our hearts and those unspoken, let us join together in our congregational response. The words are printed in your order of service.
invite you to rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn, which is 1018 in your teal hymnal, Come and Go With Me.
Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. There'll be freedom. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There'll be justice. There will be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land. There'll be justice in that land where I'm bound. There'll be singing. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Well, there'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land. There'll be singing in that land where I'm bound. There'll be singing in that land where I'm bound.
Prophetic Church, the world awaits your body positive ministry. Go forward in the power of love. Proclaim the truth that makes us free.
Let people living in our lands declare that fear and hate are done. Rise above differences and stand in love and understanding one.
As our last act of worship, I invite you to turn and greet your neighbor.